Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and now that I've talked about how Chun-li is my #1 digital crush, it's time to talk a little Street Fighter. Now, interesting thing about playing Street Fighter on a home console, this is the Sega Genesis version, and I really like the Sega Genesis controller, especially with the 6 buttons on it, because that very closely replicates what the home or what the arcade was like, where you had light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick as your 6 buttons. Like, this just seems like the most intuitive way to play this game. I found, though, that strangely wasn't the case for me after doing this for a while. I really like the D-pad that's on the Sega Genesis. I find it very comfortable. But I was finding not only am I not able to control Chun-li very well with this, I also don't really like these buttons, and I'll kind of show you here what I mean. Let's actually have a game here. So of course, it has to be Chun-li. Interestingly, my friend in the time that the game was new always played Dalzim, so this is a good beginning here. Now, we're doing very well, we can play, we can do all the kicks. Well, okay, I say that now, I've actually been dazed a little bit. I am finding, though, what's really weird, as good as the D-pad is on the Sega Genesis controller, I find I push down to the corners more often when I mean to move to the side. And I've already lost, so that's a good indication. Of course, I'm also talking, so let's play this for real this time. The other thing is, the lightning kicks that Chun-li is so famous for are weirdly medium kicks, not heavy kicks. And I think you just have to push to the side and hit medium kick. Oops. But I find I don't really pull off that move very often with the Genesis version. Oh, he's going to beat me again. Hang on. Let's get in there. Ah, jeez. Okay, rematch. Okay, so to do the standard, those legs, that attack, all you have to do is push to the left and hit the medium kick. Seems easy, right? And here I'm doing it quite a lot. But what's weird is, I find that with this D-pad, I find I'm just the positioning of my legs, my thumb, I tend to push down to the corners more often than just to the side. I find the circular nature of the Genesis control pad weirdly not very good for playing Street Fighter. I forget trying to do like a spinning bird kick or whatever, because, well, okay, I did it there, but I really find it's a lot harder to do spinning bird kick and Kokoken with this controller. There, take that. So yeah, here was me thinking, oh yeah, the 6-button controller for the Sega Genesis, the way I like to play it, this is a no-brainer. This is the way I'm going to play Street Fighter. And I was running into all kinds of frustration, especially when I take on Ryu, which I'm about to, so this is going to end quickly here. I was finding I wasn't really able to play very often. I don't know what it is, I'm just not able to pull off the moves that I want to do. See if I can do, yeah, see, I can't really get the spinning bird kick very easily. And Kokoken, forget it. And I just thought, okay, well, it's just because I'm a little bit rusty at this game, especially on console. So all I got to do is, as they say for Overwatch, get good. And then, interestingly, I was over at a friend's place, and he's got Super Street Fighter, but on Super NES. And I thought, well, I don't really like Super NES, but I ran into a very interesting surprise when I played it that way. So here's Super Street Fighter on the Super NES, and When I did my Friday Drive-Y video a couple weeks ago, I did mention I'm not a fan of the Super Nintendo. So I thought, I better correct for that because it's certainly not the fault of the console. So why don't I say something positive about the Super NES? And in this case, this surprise that I ran into speaks to what the power of this little console is like and how I surprisingly ended up enjoying it. Now, graphics and sound aside, the thing I don't like about the Super NES version of Street Fighter is the fact that you've only got the 4 buttons on the 2 shoulders. So it's light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. And I always found that was not intuitive because it doesn't follow the way the control panel on the arcade machine runs. But interestingly, when I played it against my friend, I found this D-pad was way better for controlling Chun-Li. So let me give you an example right now. Alright, so let's get to her. Another thing I'm not a big fan of the Super NES version, if you hit the wrong button, you'll get a weird color. I gotta play her as blue. Alright, let's get Guile. Oop. See, way easier to pull off the lightning kicks. See if I can do a spinning bird kick here. Right, I need a bit of room for that. Okay, well, that's him out of the situation. All right, first of all, let's do a Kokoken if we can. Ugh. Okay, well, trust me, I am able to do the spinning bird kick here. I just need to get... Well, I did it, but I was somehow jumping there. Anyway, it might be hard to prove it now that I'm in the middle of a fight, but I do find that I'm much more capable, much easier to pull off Chun-Li's moves that I need to do. Let's see if we can do a spinning bird kick here. There we go. So much easier. Do a Koken if we can. Oh, got him. Yeah, so much easier to do Chun-Li's moves with this controller, which I thought was weird because these are the two, this is the layout I don't like. See if I can do a Koken here for you. No, well, not quite what I was intending to do, but again, those lightning kicks, so much easier. So much easier. Come on. Yeah, you can forget taking on Fei-long in the Genesis version. Is he in it? Okay. Anyway, yes, I was really quite surprised, and when I saw, I actually, when I did the Portland Retro Gaming Expo the last time, I intentionally picked up this cartridge because I thought to myself, you know what, I was really surprised how much easier it was to use this controller for this game. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to get this. And it also happens to be the version that has, hang on, the one that has Balrog in it, which is the guy that my other friend with the Super Nintendo always plays. Come on, let's get a Koken here. Nope, he's not going to let me do it. All right. Now, I have a feeling I know why I was suddenly able to use this controller so much better than the Genesis controller. Come on, Koken it. There we go. See? Okay. It's hard to talk and do a video at the same time, but yeah, totally easier to do a Koken with this controller. And I think I know why. So I think the reason I got so much better at using this controller on the Super Nintendo was because of this, the Nintendo 3DS. When I first got the 3DS, one of the things I absolutely have to get was Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS, and I'll do a video about that. Again, it's Chun-Li related. But the first one that I got of the 3DS, I was using this analog thumbstick all the time for making my moves, and again, you've got the 2 shoulder buttons and these 4 here. I eventually wore out that because playing Street Fighter using this little thumbstick, that's not a good idea. But on the replacement unit that I got, I told myself, okay, don't wear out your little analog nub anymore. Make sure you play Street Fighter using the D-pad. So I played the heck out of Street Fighter 4 on the Nintendo 3DS using the D-pad. That D-pad, these 4 buttons and the 2 shoulder buttons, I guess taught me how to use this controller. This D-pad, these buttons, and the shoulder buttons. And that's, I'm pretty sure, why I am now able to play Street Fighter so much better just using this controller. It's counterintuitive to me, and I just thought that's really weird because I would have thought the Genesis with its 6 buttons in a row, much like the actual arcade machine, is ergonomically more logical. But no, I find this is actually my preferred way to play. So that's why I got the game. So there we go. I just thought I'd do a little video. As I said, because of Chun-Li, you're going to be seeing a lot more Street Fighter on my channel, and this is one of those first videos that I thought might be kind of an interesting beginning. Why I actually find, ironically, that the Super NES is my preferred way to play. Very, very strange. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.